What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Booth Podcast. My name is Ken, along with my co-host
Dom.
and yeah,
You look a lot different since the last time I saw you, dude.
I mean,
I look the
there's
same.
space,
It's okay.
same shirt,
Yeah,
same cut.
Same shirt, same cut. Nothing changes with me.
You know,
Ooh.
what you been thinking about recently?
Well, it's weird, I think last episode we were a lot younger than we were now, but
A lot more naive, correct?
sure.
Yes.
I'd like to say so. Man, I'm luckily haven't been hitting it yet, but you've already hit it. Hitting that quarter life crisis.
25 and going through it.
25.
What more can I ask for?
I mean, do you think at 25 that you've accomplished a good amount of the things that you said you would set out at 18?
Fuck no. Fuck no. I actually made a video of this on my own personal account. But I remember at 18, I was thinking to myself, yo, by 23 I'd be a millionaire.
Yeah.
I think I went into a little bit of debt that year, but
That's
and
okay,
then-
man. The pandemic happened,
100%,
right? So
100%. And 18 me, I was like heavily ambitious, and that's still in me, but in a more strategic type of way, because I'm 25, bro. That's 7 years ago.
yeah.
I think some of the things that set out for myself when I was 18 that were like very ambitious to me was at 18 I thought I'd be a millionaire. I'd be a well-known fashion designer. I would have retired my mom right now. That's still in the progress. And honestly, I thought I would have been like traveling the world like everywhere. I think I have an app that I actually use to like track where I've been in the world. I think I've only visited 2%, if not maybe less than that in the world.
I think I've seen that up before.
Yeah, but I've set a lot of things out for myself back when I was 18 that I have not achieved yet. But we're still trying.
Yeah.
What about you? At 18, did you think you'd be where you're at right now?
Definitely not. At 18, that reminds me of like when we really first did the booth.
Oh yeah.
We were 18
Mhm.
when we were sitting in that McDonald's booth talking literally about this.
No.
Maybe not the podcast like at all, but like just in general, like life, where
Mhm.
we would want to be at.
Yeah.
Definitely not. I think what's funny that they don't tell you about life is that you're gonna have your plan, and then there's gonna be the ultimate plan.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have one day you're gonna say I'm gonna do this, and then something happens. Things can change within an instant, and not to like blame that for why my life hasn't gone the way that it has, but more so that it played a factor,
Mhm.
and we can only do so much.
No, that's true.
And I definitely did not do everything that I wanted to do at 18. Like in the past couple of years
Mhm.
since 18. No. I definitely think I've grown a lot more. Maybe not in the way that I wanted to.
Yeah.
But
in the past 7 years, what would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned?
Jeez Louise, man. Ooh.
Or even like in the past 7 years, what do you think was the biggest realization you've had by far?
That no one has anything down.
What do you mean?
Like no one has it figured out, and I think that's so reassuring for me. Like there are people in their 50s, 40s, 30s who don't have it figured out. Sure, maybe they have it down a little bit better than most people. Maybe they've got their financials sorted out. Maybe they have a stable living space, a stable job. But at the end of the day, we all look in the mirror at.
No, I agree.
I can be a huge mistake. I could have so many regrets, so many mistakes. But at the end of the day, so does everybody else. It's just like I'm only looking at my own dirty laundry, and that's fine.
No, that's fair.
And I can live with that.
Yeah. Dude, no. During those times, I was also lost, but without me being lost, I wouldn't have discovered like some of the things I like, some of the people I've met, right? And honestly, it's like I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Because it's gotten me to where I want to be in the desires I have now, or the goals I have now. That definitely changed from when I was 18. And it's like character development. It's like at 18, you're very like naive, you're overly ambitious, which is great, if you're 18 or not 18. But it also comes to a point where it's like you might call this projecting. You can say whatever you want, But you also come to a point where it's like you gotta like also kind of keep it a little real. Like some of the rappers or even like hip hop artists I look up to, or like Wu-Tang Clan, West Side Gun, even Kendrick Lamar, right? Because a lot of them have like some of like the worst backstories where it's like brutal for them growing up and all this and that. It's like, but they still chose to pursue their dreams in a state where it's not applicable to them.
Yeah.
Right. So then you kind of just gotta give it your all. To them, that's realistic to pursue, right? Who's to say like their dreams? And I'd rather know that it didn't work out than me wondering what if it did.
Right.
Yeah,
that's definitely what I tackled with, was like I was getting into a place where I was like, okay, maybe this whole thing, like you guys know that I like was pursuing film, and I was like, maybe it's not for me. And then I just went full on. I'm gonna teach at my taekwondo, like the taekwondo school that I teach at, and just continue coaching and just continue getting really good at it and learn other martial arts and put that under my belt, which I did, which I don't regret at the end of the day. In terms of accomplishments, I think it's been huge for me, and the people that I've got. And am I okay with that? Am I okay with saying goodbye to the younger version of me that was very ambitious and had this fire in his heart to really pursue this? And I had a like long day, and I was making this kind of peace with God.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, the fact that this thought even came back in my head, clearly there's still an itch to scratch. Clearly there's still something in me that wants to do it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if anyone else out there is just like, no.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, I remember one of my best friends back then in film school, Ben, he was like, dude, like, this is like a couple of years when I was like, okay, I'm going to do it again. He's like, dude, I admire you for just like continuously just trying.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to say, like, you tried and then you're done. It's another thing to just be like, okay, I'm trying again.
Yeah.
I'm going to tackle it again. And so, but when I was a kid growing up, they would say, like, I did school in the Philippines, and now I come back here, and all my documents, like all that stuff, all the credentials I earned, it means nothing here anymore, which sucks, right? And that's like, what do you do now? You need to survive, which kudos to them, they did. And now I live in a house with 2 cars, da-da-da. But I remember being a younger kid being like, okay, well, mom's in school for nursing. Like, and I was looking at my dad like, why don't you go back for dental? Like, you're all this talk about like working hard and making it. Why don't you give it? Nowadays, it's not just trying to make your future what you want it to be, but also making sure that younger self of you is very proud. Ken, behind the scenes, and he was like, dude, I'm fucking pissed with you.
No, I was gonna bring that up.
It's like, dude, I'm mad at you.
No, dude.
Go ahead.
Like me and Dom, like we have maybe, but yeah, I remember this one night. I was kind of pissed at Dom at this one spot that we go to talk, and because I told him straight that I'm pissed because like he wasn't like kind of pursuing his dreams or his passions again, and it pissed me because I'm like, yo, you have so many people that support you, and you're kind of just gonna give that up.
Yeah. Right.
They like believe in you. It's kind of selfish not to like go through with it and at least try it out. You know what I mean? Pursue it.
Yeah.
Like even just try it out. It doesn't work out, cool.
For what I knew I was good at, and I was scared of risking putting myself out there for what I'm not great yet at.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, I was too scared to make mistakes, and that's one thing that kills most people's dreams, is that they're too scared to put themselves out there and be critiqued by the world. And they're too scared that, like, I feel like also, as you grow older, it's scarier to even start over or start something new again, right? Because, mind you, we're 25. We're still, like, pretty young. But it's still scary at the same time. Like, bro, it's, like, mid-20s. Yeah.
Like, I'm really starting over again.
Yeah.
Or at least trying to start something else. And it gets you, like, nah, I'm already good at this one thing. I should just, stick by it, right? Yeah. Like, yo, man, fuck that shit, man. Like, I feel like we owe it to the people that support us to just try and pursue something that you're passionate in and that you love. Yeah. Right. For you, film. For me, it's fashion design. Yeah. Right. Like I'm gonna die on that hill. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna keep trying that shit no matter what. Yeah. Right. Because I love that. Yeah. Right. And for people to tell me that I believe in you, I believe in your vision, And sometimes it gets to you because it's like, oh, how's this going? Like, oh, I haven't gone to it, you know. And I've had those moments before. It kills me inside. I'm like, I gotta keep going, bro. What am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, it's like life just got to me.
Yeah.
Right, and it sucks. But you gotta kind of like just keep going at it.
Yeah.
Like it's the most cliche advice. The most things you'll hear is like keep trying, keep trying. Like it sucks to hear that sometimes. I get it, but it's truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It only dies unless you let it. Imagine having this long 5-year relationship. Let's just, as an example, having a 5-year relationship come to an end. Things didn't work out, and now you got to start over. Totally understandable to be scared. Dating, especially like right now, like I'm not dating. I'm chilling for a bit.
He's in a well-committed relationship.
But I can understand where it can get very terrifying. Like, God forbid, mine ended tomorrow. I wouldn't know what to do. And that, I don't... like there, you could have it one of two ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it's both difficult. Whether it's you haven't found that yet, or you've been in a longer relationship, you've already thought about marriage, you've thought about kids with a certain person, and then that ends, and now you're over here like, okay. Especially with, and I don't mean to scare anybody, but these are like my fears too. Especially because a lot of people already find that person.
Yeah.
They've found that person, or they're talking to that person. And there's also people that just aren't looking for that. So imagine also falling for someone who doesn't necessarily see you as someone they want to settle down with. Those are all scary, tough realities that the dating scene has in store for anyone in their 20s.
Yeah, the dating scene is pretty hard nowadays because, dude, I don't know about you. Obviously, I know you don't do it because you go on a lot of long journey. In your 20s, you'll go through a quarterly, annually Hinge download.
Okay, interesting. Don't know about this.
I know you don't. You haven't experienced the pains, the highs and the lows of Hinge.
Of online dating. Yeah.
Dude, honestly, it was good at the start. It's a good high at the start when you make your profile, you get a couple likes. And then later on, just like, oh, that's kind of boring. Yeah. But dating as you grow older, it's kind of like crazy because some people, I don't know about you, or if you've met these people, for some reason, I know this is a big and growing thing, but a lot of people now in their 20s actually don't want to get married or have kids.
You know what? That is a thing that I've not struggled with, but I've had that discussion with myself.
Yeah.
Because of, I mean, the economy is a huge influence, but like even just like where we're at career wise, is getting married like.
I think for me, like I want to get married and have kids. I think what I'm more scared about, like marriage is, I think I can deal with that. Kids is scarier because it's like the world is getting scarier.
Right.
With
I feel like kids are, to me, are like no problem. How do you plan on raising your kids? Because for me, I plan on raising them like the old 2000s ways, where the most screen time they're getting is we're watching 90s shows, 2000 shows. Yeah. Like I'm putting on Ben 10, Spider-Man the animated. Like they are not getting no device, no iPad time, no what do they call it? No brain rot. That's how you know I'm unk status when I go, what do they call it? No brain rot. People raise their kids without technology. And it's interesting what kids actually end up doing. You're like, oh my gosh, that's like exactly what it was back then for us. Yeah. They just start drawing. They start playing with blocks, right? Some kids you put blocks in front of them, they got no idea what to do with them. Yeah. No idea. Right? You give them stuff like Lego, like their mind just molds into different creative avenues that they would have never done if you put an iPad in front of them. No, I get that. So I don't know about you, but technology is a no-go in my house.
I mean, I still have some tech, but it's like limited, right? Not saying like a strict type of way, but it's like, yo, I'm going to limit what you see. Right? Because obviously I don't want you knowing about certain things, like dabbling or like, I don't know, accidentally dabbling in like the dark web or like other things you shouldn't be getting into as a kid. Because sometimes kids that play online games, like they get routed to do that shit. Like I've seen like and heard stories. But for me, yeah, I want to be outside, touch grass, put them in sports. One thing too, I learned from Neil deGrasse Tyson, like that I want to do. Um, that's the yes, okay, just in case. But that guy right there. I remember hearing from one of his clips, podcast. He said like either every weekend or every other week. Yeah, because I remember, bro. I remember. So for those of you that have like those big Filipino parties or like those big like family parties, maybe you in our age at 25, we grew up from being those kids, like playing with their cousins, playing with video games, right? But we're still like integrated as a family. We're still playing outside. And now when I go to my family parties, some of the younger kids, some of them are just iPad to their face.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man. So we actually take the iPad away from them. We play with the kids.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, yo, man, like, have fun.
You know, that's why, like, for me and my brothers, at least, we do an annual game night.
Yeah.
You've actually participated.
Mm-hmm.
We actually now have a championship belt for the house.
Yeah. The Mario. Yeah, the Mario belt.
I don't have the Mario belt here. But we just did game night last night, and it was like we spin the wheel and we have a bunch of games, and that way we also like introduce these different games to Bruce because all he's ever known is Roblox.
Yeah.
And like Fortnite, which is like the stereotypical 2.
Yeah.
Or even like Valorant, and that's it. And like, no, you gotta play Call of Duty Black Ops 2. You gotta know some ball.
Yeah.
Or like the Wii. The Wii, I remember he would cry the first couple times he played the Wii.
Was amazing.
When we would play Mario Kart on the Wii or Mario Party. Try this out with any younger sibling that you have. Play the older games with them. See how hard it is for them.
Zero.
And even like I'm not a big fan of participation stuff. I'm so not huge on that. You lose, done. That should be how it is. You should be like hungry enough. And then I've heard the whole, oh, don't you think?
I can see that.
Like have you ever heard about like oh, don't you think that like you'd be pushing away like the next Michael Jordan? It's like, no, Michael Jordan got cut from the team and he pushed harder to get there, and he became Michael Jordan.
If anything, it's like a matter of like how they motivate themselves.
Yeah.
Right. Taking it for them. Cause yeah, bro. I think I've had a couple participation trophies, or even like those
the ribbons.
Yeah, the ribbons.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like the equivalent of placing second. It's worse.
Yeah.
You know?
What's worse, getting a participation ribbon or getting nothing?
I think. Well, now because I'm older, I think getting a participation ribbon, trophy, whatever acknowledgement is like worse.
Yeah.
It's like you try. I'm like, yeah, I tried, but I didn't win.
Yeah. It's just a soften the blow, right?
Yeah. I don't know, like.
And this is something I took from Kobe Bryant. Is when Gigi and their girls lost. I think they got like a 3rd place trophy or a medal or something. They hung it up in the gym every time they trained, just as motivation to win first that year.
Yeah.
So every time when Bruce won, he won bronze. I was like, all right. So every time I'd show it to him, and every time we were training, I even do this with Janelle too.
Yeah.
Is it constantly like you know what I mean, conditioning towards that?
I remember my grade 5 teacher. I remember he used to do this to us. So every time we had like a test, right? He had like he had this wall or this shelf where he would pin every like the best marks, right? Yeah. So the best marks were always like an A minus or an A plus, right? He'd only pin those up. Like if you want to be up there, you have to study hard, right? Obviously. So whenever like my thing got up there, I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good. I know this shit.
Yeah.
And then when I didn't, I get like a B plus. I'm like, I was one away. So I'm like, I want to be up there.
Yeah.
But that was like amazing motivation. Now that I think about it, it was amazing. Cause it's just like, yo, if you didn't get one, you just like, fuck, man.
Right.
Like, you beat yourself up a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna try segments on the podcast now. So let's this or that. This or that hobbies in your 20s. Okay? Gym phase or running phase?
Like which one's better?
You just pick.
Like which one would I
best hobby in your 20s, last one standing. Go ahead.
Hobbies in my 20s. So it's running
or the gym. Yes, they go hand in hand, but for the sake of let's pick one.
Running or gymming? That's actually a very good question. I still choose gymming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gymming, gym phase or journaling?
Journaling.
Journaling or reading.
Yo, I don't read. I have so many books and I don't read them yet.
Don't worry, dude. We're in the same boat.
You know,
I audiobook it nowadays.
I'm gonna say journal for this one.
Journaling or therapy.
Journaling.
Journaling or meditation.
I don't know. Journaling is kind of meditation to me. I say journaling.
Sure. Journaling or starting a business / side hustle.
You know me too well, bro. Starting a business.
Starting a business or content creation.
That's starting a business.
Sure. Okay. Starting a business or
Traveling is arguably the best thing you can do in your 20s.
Yeah. Would you say solo traveling or traveling with like friends, like making it out the group chat?
I like group chat. More of like a group thing. Like as much as I haven't really done solo traveling too much, but I prefer group because it's like, yo, at least the way that me and my group of friends we do it is like very chaotic. So I love that because it's like a lot of people always have itineraries. I'm like, nah, bro. We put the city, we pay, you do whatever you want in the city, as long as we can have dinner at the end of the day together. Cool,
right?
You know. Yeah. So that's how I ended up in school.
Oh
my dude.
And the kind of stuff that he ate.
Okay, because we're talking about our 20s. In your 20s, maybe 30s, I don't know, but mostly in your 20s, you're gonna have that Japan group chat. Go to Japan.
Yeah, you know what's funny is right now, my group, like not my friend group, but like the guys that like I hang out with a lot, where we do our trainings together. We're going to New York. They want to go to Japan after.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, sorry guys, no, I'm good.
Really?
I like ish. I just don't want to do I don't want to fall under the whole.
The what?
I don't want to fall into that whole fucking thing where everyone's like you said, oh, I did bouldering first. Like I don't want to fall into that. Like I don't want to be a bandwagon for Japan. Because I saw it on someone else's story. He's a much older guy, where he did a whole bike, he biked around Japan.
Yeah.
I would do that. Yeah. I would do that because the views were insane.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm not Japan's it's high on the list. It's not the highest thing on the list.
Fair.
Yeah, I think over that has to be anywhere around Europe right now.
Yeah, no, Sam. I want to visit Europe too.
Europe is huge, dude.
Yeah, but Asia, bro.
No,
Asia,
yeah.
I just can't get over Asia.
The top thing I want to do in Asia is I want to do Muay Thai in Thailand. I think that would be freaking awesome.
You know, I actually looked at camps for those.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
It's 1,000.
It's pretty cheap.
1,000 to 2,000 for 20 days or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Well, the most expensive thing that you pay for, honestly, is the flight and and then when you convert baht to
dirt cheap.
The Canadian dollar, dirt cheap.
Dirt
and mind you, they also give you amenities you're staying in the resort.
Yeah.
That's huge, and food is cheap too. So
yeah,
that's on the top of my list. Because I did go to the Philippines recently, and I wanted to train more in the Philippines, but with all the things that you could do there, just had to do everything else. I'll train here. It's okay. Yeah, I didn't bring any gloves or anything either, so I didn't want to have to buy anything.
Oh, dude, I miss
traveling.
traveling.
Traveling is probably the best thing that you could do, and I think traveling really brings out a different side of you too.
Yeah,
you get to explore a different version of yourself that you wouldn't have otherwise.
Well, also that version of you is I'm not working right now.
Yeah.
I can do whatever the fuck I want.
I would argue it's the best version of you.
Yeah.
Because you're not tied down to your responsibilities at home.
Yeah.
But also when you go to a different country, you want to also look and dress and be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I was constantly I folded my clothes, everything. I was responsible. Everything I made was on time.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years, what are some things that you wish to accomplish, regardless of if life gets in the way? What are the 5 things? Let's just go with 5 things.
5 things?
5 things in 5 years.
One
you want to knock down.
So in 5 years, I want to be able to say, or achieve that I've moved out of Toronto, out of North America.
Sure.
Right? I'm going to say that. Moved out of North America.
We're going to go on another hiatus, guys.
Moved out of North America, have a couple digits in my bank account.
I think one of the big things for me is for sure I want to open up my gym. man, in terms of the film stuff, where I'd be in 5 years, like I feel like I can't estimate that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely want to have a career in it.
Yeah.
That's like settled.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Marital status, don't know. I don't know if
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I don't know if I'd be in a position, financially to get married. Because damn, dude, this economy sucks, dude.
Yep. Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the love I have for the person I'm with. It has nothing to do with that. It has more to do with, if I decide to do that, is it gonna be the celebration of love that I want to have? Because my partner wants to get married in the Philippines.
Yeah.
You know, that yes, it's cheap, but it's also not cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fair.
Yeah. So at least those are two things. One of the things I want to knock off, and I'm gonna try to knock it off this year, is a marathon.
Fair.
Because I have this whole battle with running. I hate running. I think alongside with majority of the world that hates running. But like my backstory with running is I tried to get the athletic award in 8th grade, and if you don't have this in the U.S., we have this here. At least we're in Toronto. Where in 8th grade you can have all these different awards like that.
I think the 5 things I want to achieve in 5 years. So by the time I'm 30, oh my god, 30.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Lived in another city outside of Toronto for sure.
Yep.
Backpack through Europe.
Ooh, solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
I'll
Add that to my list.
I'm gonna keep like money stuff aside.
Okay.
Like business, like whatever. Like this is more of an experience based. I would say. I want to visit. I want to swim in the Great Barrier Reef. Like that's like one of my biggest goals.
Okay.
I don't know that I love the Great Barrier Reef, even though I don't know anything about it. 4 would be. Honestly, I want to build a school in Philippines.
Nice.
Right. That's one thing I want to do.
Solid.
And 5th, go past the talking stage. You know?
Yeah, probably be engaged, I guess.
Damn,
that ring's gonna be a lot.
2 completely different worlds. You want to be engaged.
Well, like, not to put you. What I've learned, the biggest lesson right now that I've had in my 20s is that nowhere does it say you have to be a certain place at any certain time, at any certain age. You are where you need to be. Yeah. You don't need to put yourself in this it's fine. And I'm not gonna fight with the beings that are greater than me.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair.
For sure, when my dad passed away, and I think other people, older siblings specific, can relate to it, is that you tend to put the responsibility of the world on your shoulders because that's something that you're used to. Like taking care of my siblings, whatever they do wrong, I do wrong because technically I should be responsible for their actions as well. Where they end up in life, that's also me.
Yeah.
Should it be? No. And I always felt that, especially when my dad died, because it was like, all right, he used to also say this a lot, which is definitely damaging towards a child. He's like, you never know when I'm gonna pass. You're gonna be the next dad of the house, the next man of the house, if that happens. And I went, not because it shouldn't, but because it was never meant to. What's meant for me is whatever I can handle right now. If I can't handle it, sure, you can do all that you can to muster up the strength to do it, but at the end of the day, if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be, and you can accept where you're at.
Yeah.
But any decision to move forward is a good decision, regardless of the outcome. Yeah. I think it was a post that your brother actually made.
Oh, I didn't see that.
His comment was pretty cool, where he was like, I think you're like, yo, why you keep looking?
Why you keep looking right
in your photos,
like,
and he's like, it's always the right direction or something like that.
Yeah. Yo, I remember commenting on that. I was like, if you never look left, you'll never know you're right.
Yeah, and then he said, he says something I really like. He's like, any way I look, there's always a consequence, anyways.
Yeah.
So I might as well keep looking forward.
Yeah.
Cold response. First, I know he's like a kid, but like
I was dying.
Yeah,
I'm like, what am I doing right now?
I know it's like it could have been. It depends on how you take it. It could be a cringe response, but for me, I was like, that kid said something that's actually true.
No, that's fine. I'm glad that he's thinking of that. Cause
Yeah.
me would have been like,
Whatever.
Leave me alone. I'm looking right because you left.
Yeah,
Make some dumb shit.
But like, what he said was tell
No,
the truth,
I'll
dude.
give it to them. I mean, if you listen to this, like, yo, Keith, like, philosophical, bro. Yeah, never left.
Never left.
What hiatus? I don't know what you're talking about.
Can't say can't. We're always right. We never left.
It was, I just got so busy.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. It's been fun catching up with my best friend and also
Mhm.
just talking to you guys again.
Yeah, and we'll see you
whenever.
See you next year.
As always, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed.
Leave a rating on Spotify,
Yes.
and if this is on Apple Podcasts, it is.
Quick-
follow us.
Quick shout out to the guy on our TikTok.
We
back, boy.
Let me plug your name real quick.
We
Honestly, we gotta give it to you. You've been commenting almost like every year.
You guys can thank him for why we're back.
His name is. I'll probably put it right here. Yo, shout out to Ian Surkar 5750 for 2 years ago commenting, guys, drop the next episode. Then 9 months ago, still waiting, dude, still waiting.
Shout
And
out
then it's on TikTok.
Shout out to my cousin Jaden.
Yep.
He also messaged me when's the next episode. Shout out to also, I think it's also on our recent TikTok Shout out to, what's his at, bro? He's on our TikTok. He commented as well. Shout out to JD's.
Nuts.
Yeah. He commented in 2024 and then he commented again in 2026.
Yep.
So shout out to you guys. We're fucking back. And to any of my students that might see this, I did not cuss. We'll blank it up.
Yeah.
We back.